Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with Ashes to Ashes. Last time on Ashes to Ashes, I don't know, have you noticed that we stopped giving names to the episodes? Like, I so don't care enough to do it anymore. Like, it's kind of sad, because that was a fun thing to do. But I'm still committed to putting puns in the thumbnail, so the pun we had last episode was multiple drafts. And I think that was mainly because, there was the mention of the Falkland Wars where Shaz mentioned, young kids, they're getting, just conscripted, they're getting drafted in and stuff. And then Jean being drafted into the fucking Freemasons. And then I said that the script could have used one or two more drafts. Because let me tell you what happened last episode. Absolutely nothing for like 45 minutes. Like, nothing happened until it's like, oh, the superintendent is sus because he's a part of the Freemasons, and Jean is trying to get into the Freemasons to take them down for trying to ruin the precinct, basically. And yeah, that was it. There was some other shit about a doctor and Alex is starting to forget things, which, she goes, I thought that was the whole point of last season, was for her to stay focused, but that's just not fucking working anymore, so, oh well. And yeah, I guess that means she's starting to die, and she's becoming more a part of this world. I don't know. I really don't know. Okay, is this another, what did I expect? Yes, this is another hour-long episode. I am willing to bet you this is not going to need to be an hour long, but who knows? Maybe this one will be better. But I'm really losing it on this show. I'm really losing it, especially after last episode. That was not a good episode last time, and I know I kind of like at the end I was like, oh, okay, that's it's all right. But it's like, just on the whole as an episode, that was not a good episode. And just the more I think about it, the more it falls apart. It has an interesting idea. Jean, trying to, go undercover with this, to try to get in the good graces of the superintendent, figure out what the hell he's doing, and then take him down. That's an interesting idea. But the fact that it took 45 minutes to get to that point is ridiculous and stupid. And, yeah. And before I keep blathering on about something everyone already knows, let's just go ahead and jump into episode 3 and see what the hell they do now. Here we go. Whoa. Oh, they're trying to revive her. What is the point of bringing her back? Brown bricks in Minecraft. Oh no, morph. I kind of like this thing, actually.
My name is Alex Drake.
Oh, okay, so is the show just over then? Like, what do you do now?
There's Hales there.
Is he dead?
Hold on. Hanged himself.
Well, get fucking, okay.
I would like to see your DCI. Yo, what's that stink?
A new plot has just barged in.
I came to see you weeks ago, and you told me...
Yes, to keep vigilant and tell us about any dodgy-looking mail.
Which I did. Now they know where I live.
I can assure you, Mr. Patterson.
Okay, so this is just a plot line that we don't know about?
Intelligence.
The more the evidence just seems to melt away.
1 + 1 = 48. Max Bentley's not a murderer.
I don't know, man. What, Jim? Jeez. Wow! A dude just drove up and launched a bomb? Oh my god!
A little girl is critically ill in hospital today
Oh, she's still alive, at least. Jesus Christ.
Leading animal rights groups have spoken out against the bill, accusing the government of promoting a charter for cruelty.
So this is animal rights? Okay.
40 days without so much as a cup of tea.
Jesus. Is it? Oh my god!
Brown, Gene Hunt, Metropolitan Police. Someone threw a homemade bomb
David
at
Bradley.
sectionist today.
Tell me something.
Do you
If your
bleed?
argument is so persuasive, why do you have to throw bombs out of car windows?
No.
Because fear closes down labs. Not arguments, fear.
Nah.
I'm playing the piano.
What if he's the dude?
Piece
I would have recognized his voice.
and over.
Tempt him with food. This is what they did in the first Captain America movie. You know how hard it is to get a prime cut of steak this far into Europe? This is fucking brilliant. Look at him.
Who did this?
He's fucking starving. 40 days!
There's no brain activity. She's clinically dead. It's not going to work.
He's clinically dead. Quit combing your mustache.
Jane, can I have a word? Alright, right.
Must you... I'm really enjoying this case.
For some reason, the fact that he was a potential suicide wasn't noted while he was in your charge. Since he clearly was, we may as well set the matter straight now.
Since he clearly was.
Is he not still in prison?
Oh, please, Shaz, can we do it with the lights on?
We think he knows who did it.
Anyway.
And that more attacks are imminent.
He had a wildly exaggerated sense of his own importance. As if only he knew the truth.
Sounds familiar.
No.
I think it would be helpful.
That's amazing, that is.
No.
But not for beginners. So when you, who holds it up? It should stay up itself. The book. I don't know.
No. Wow, they're actually, like, getting advice and stuff. Did Chris steal the book? Brilliant. Love it.
I can tell you now, Robin, that your death, more deaths will achieve absolutely nothing.
No. Yeah.
Marches, sit-ins, and petitions. What have they achieved?
Things will change. There'll be happy cows and free range and a total ban on vivisection for cosmetics.
I'm afraid you haven't got very long.
Oh shit, there's only 10 minutes.
Let's go. Now.
We know he's telling the truth.
We don't, but if it's happening, it is happening now. And we've got
Yeah,
10 minutes
you
to
just...
prepare.
You just gotta do it. Oh shit, they're playing Eye of the Tiger.
Gov, there's been another attack. Not the bank. Lab assistant shot at University Science Lab.
Oh shit.
Lying bastards.
Straight to the top. Had the guts, got the glory. With the distance, now I'm not gonna stop. Just a man and his will to survive. It's the eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight. Rising up to the challenge of our rivals. Oh, I was having fun with that. Okay, shot in the leg. She'll be fine.
This is Shaz's jacket, she's gonna kill me.
You wearing a bird's clothes?
The shooters will have green hands. Today a jacket, tomorrow a blouse.
Fuck you. No. Oh, we got a chase. He was in the room, Jesus. Oh god, all four of them are running. Oh my god, Ray and Chris are up front. That's not a good. Run like the wind!
Looking for a scruffy, scrawny bastard wearing a stonewashed denim jacket.
There he is there, you've got him.
Chris. He's not that scruffy.
Oh, trouble in the trouser department.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Can I go to the toilet?
Well, time for Gene to start beating people. Ah!
I have been awake now for over 50 hours, and there is nowhere I would rather be less than in here with you lank-haired, four-eyed sponges.
Oh, damn.
Now, somewhere in this
That's
room,
probably closer to me.
someone...
ABC party, what's that?
Anything but clothes? Oh, there's the Vickers and Tarts in the Southern Union.
I'm a mature student.
No.
What position do you take on animal cruelty?
Sorry, we're asking the questions here.
What do you study?
Philosophy.
It's gotta be this guy. Yep, it was him.
The working class are played for profit. So are animals. Only the animals have got it so much worse. They're part of the power struggle. And once you see that...
You shot a person. Oh, hi.
Jane, a child almost died on your doorstep. Once you become associated with something like that, it becomes much more difficult to be seen as a safe pair of hands.
I'm not sure that's fair, sir.
Fair or unfair, you understand, Gene. The public needs a DCI it can trust.
Ugh.
Just leave those papers on my desk.
I mean, you're just gonna have to do it, I guess.
Didn't know I was living in a police state.
Did you not? Well, now you do. You just entered Gene Hunt country.
No.
States Gene Hunt would never win Eurovision, but can spot a terrorist gobshite from 100 yards away.
No.
So what are you planning for tomorrow? You gonna blow up another innocent child?
Innocent?
Yeah, an innocent child!
Innocent?
And what about monkeys?
Monkeys?
Aren't they innocent too? They're starved until they perform tasks. They get it wrong and they're electrocuted. Aren't they innocent as well?
That's not police business. You want to protest? Protest! You can't hurt people!
The Oxford Bloody Union.
Break the door down.
You're joking, aren't you? She's not joking.
Just
Hey,
bust the
I'm
door.
superior officer. Now you break that door down right now.
Okay, give him a sec. Oh! Well, good job, Ray. Damn! I thought that'd take a couple hits.
Why?
Hey!
Honey, you didn't disappear when I looked at you.
She's still there.
Well, maybe that means somebody's fighting for me.
You can see her face.
Maybe that means I'm closer to death. You're bleeding. You're rushing too hard, Miles. Miles.
Ah! Jesus Christ, that's a terrifying reveal.
Go. Reports of an arson attack on a shop in Southwell Street. Tablet's the chemist. What? Adrian's down in the cells. Robin's on his deathbed, so it can't be them.
Well, shit.
He lied to you. Some monkey lovers just set fire to a chemist.
What?
He lied to you, Alex. Again.
Man, on his deathbed.
No. Tell me.
Ah, shit.
Help me. Someone help me.
He's dead. Ah, damn it. I wanted more of him. He's such a great actor. The dude. Oh, it's the dude. That's it. The freaking man with joys of sex. God damn it.
Robin said there was one person. But it wasn't Adrian, was it? It was you. He didn't know Adrian. I
Okay.
think you were involved in 1975. I
So
think you
this guy
collaborated
brought
on the
in
bombing,
Adrian.
But only Robin went down.
I didn't want to do this. He blackmailed me.
Well, shit.
That's how you planned this.
There was nothing to plan, don't you understand? All the targets had been agreed 7 years ago, except Robin got caught after the first one.
Why didn't you go to the police?
We started chatting, and I knew he'd do it. I just knew he reminded me of myself. And he turned out to be just like
Robin! I wanted this to be threats, Alex! No
Threats.
injuries, just threats!
It
Interesting.
doesn't have to be like this.
Darling, what is it?
Ah! Hello there.
No.
Ah! That's a bit familiar, isn't it? The goo is moving!
Goals.
They saved me.
Oh!
They were stood there like lemons. The pleasure was all mine.
No! Yay! And there was much rejoicing.
Right, go home, everyone. Go to the pub. Do what you like.
Yay!
You told us all not to go to the toilet until the case had been solved. That pranny must have took
Jesus.
Who's Mandy?
She is the most gorgeous thing you'll ever see on two legs. Not that that woofter would take any notice. He seems to love you more than life itself.
Meh. Aww.
Is there any news about Charlotte? As of this morning, she was sitting up asking when she can open her presents.
Hey. Rose. God damn it. Fucking overarching plot.
Who left this here?
Hey. About this wedding, mate.
Do you want to be Chris's best man?
Ah!
I do, yeah, but... Well, it's just not how I imagine being asked.
No. Is that what's been bothering you?
Yes.
No, not like that.
Ray, do you want to be my best man? Of course I do, mate.
Ah!
Of course I do. Delighted. I wish you both the best.
Yay!
Oh, brilliant. Me, best man. Fantastic.
Okay, good. Has he not done it yet?
Sign the papers. Congratulations.
Oh no, is
Thank you.
Is he in trouble?
Perhaps they could roll the celebrations into a bon voyage party.
Sorry, come again.
I'm transferring you, Gene.
What?
Plymouth.
Well, wait, can he sign the papers now?
To the best bunch of colleagues a girl could wish to have.
Hey!
And to Gene Hunt.
The founder of the feast.
Oh, to go. Come on, Luigi, get that champagne on.
You go. Hope you enjoy.
Oh. Oh, that is not good. That is so not good. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are actually friggin' back. That was a great episode. My good God. Why is that so hard? Why is that so hard for this show? Just an episode about a case. Just show a fucking case, for God's sake, you know? That was so fucking good. We have a clear fucking objective. There's not, like, there's confusing shit and a mystery, but it's supposed to be like that. It's not 20 million different things coming out of left field. That was so fucking good. Alright. Okay. Well, I was going to look up... Do I have the cast list? No, I still don't have a cast list here. I was gonna look up, I guess the other two. Obviously, I know David Bradley. It's honestly a shame that he's dead, because David Bradley's such a great actor that I would love to see him in more of this. But, oh well. Appreciate what we have. Okay. Let me jump over. Let's see what we got. Alright. Roy Kinnear? Alright. By the way, I still don't know who the fuck Martin Summers is. Like, they keep crediting him in, like, the main cast, I guess. I'm still not entirely sure who he is, so I'm just going to assume I'll never find out. Alright, so I don't know Jeremy. Let's try Adrian, played by Graham Rooney? I don't know how you would pronounce that. Nope. Alright. And yeah, I don't know who the fuck Martin Summers... I don't know who that character is supposed to be. Like, I thought maybe it was like the... Unless it's the... No, it can't be the guy. because they never credited the clown, I don't think, throughout season 1. So I don't think it's the guy. But yeah, I have no idea who the fuck Martin Summers is supposed to be, so I don't know. Doesn't matter. Okay, that was... Thank Jesus, that was a really good episode. I enjoyed that, actually. And maybe part of it is because I do really like David Bradley. But no, I feel like that was that was a well thought out script. You can understand everything. Like, there's nothing... I don't know, like, it just sort of works, you know? It just sort of works. Whereas last episode was just so fucking confusing, and it definitely needed another draft or two, and it just... Honestly, the more I think about it, it's like the end of Game of Thrones, like, the more you think about it, the worse it is, you know? Or like The Rise of Skywalker or something, like, that last episode was not good. But this was good, and this is what... See, here's the thing. This is what I've said since Life on Mars. I love the procedural stuff. And I guess I'm crazy, apparently, for thinking that, but I really like watching these characters solve these cases, you know? Like, some of the other overarching stuff is not that amazing, you know? It's working a little bit here because there's different overarching stuff. I think maybe one problem is the overarching stories are generally just focused on the main character, maybe a bit with Jean, but still, like, I love watching these interesting, unique characters solve these cases, including someone from the future. Though they don't play that up as much as they did with Sam, but whatever. Like, this is the shit I like, you know? This is the shit I like. So, alright. Okay, so clearly this is referencing something specific. I'm sure I'm going to regret putting this into my Google search history, but I'm going to. I mean, I pretty much understand. They said, was it vivisection for cosmetics? I get what I get what it's supposed to be, is that, you know, it's testing on animals and everything, and I understand that, you know? How the fuck do I... Animal testing cosmetics? UK? Hello, here we go. The use of animals to test cosmetic products or their ingredients is banned in the UK and all other member states of the European Union. Since March of 2013, it has also been illegal to sell cosmetic products within the EU that have been or which contain ingredients newly tested on animals. So, I mean, yeah, it's exactly what I thought it was. Jesus Christ! All right, sorry. So, I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted by YouTube. Anyway. I got distracted for a second by that. Okay. So it's animal testing. I understand that. Interesting. An interesting plot line. It's definitely one of those things that's like I mean, yeah, this wasn't like taking a stand against the protests or like in favor of animal testing, which was good. It was, though, taking a stand against, well, terrorism, basically. So that makes it an interesting thing. It's basically just, you know, it's not really activism, it's extremism, you know? And that was interesting. That's an interesting plot line. So yeah, everything about that was interesting. Just Oh, we got the guy at the beginning. That's right. I meant to look that guy up. Pattinson. Yeah. I meant to look that guy up because he looked familiar too. So. Robert Portal? Have I seen this guy anywhere else? Because he looks familiar a bit, you know? Or maybe not. Okay. I don't know. Well, I thought he looked familiar, but I guess not. But still, interesting thing. So he is someone who, that's his job, is testing this shit on animals. And yeah, so he's been getting different things, to try to stop this bill. Now they're trying to stop a bill specifically. So I assume it's some sort of bill that just allows this to continue. So excuse me. So it's very interesting, But then just the fact that, it ends up being just straight terrorism, that poor girl who got injured, nearly burned to death. And then, so that poor girl or the person who got shot, it's like, it's such, like, you cannot take it that far, But I think something that I think really makes this episode, kind of elevates it, I will say, is fucking David Bradley, because he's just such a good fucking actor. And I feel like I really, like, that character works a lot better because it was him, just everything he talks about, fear closes labs and stuff like that, and just all this interesting stuff. And I like how they, bring that up of, like, he gets into your head and stuff like that. And even Jeremy talks about that at the end. He gets into your head. He acts like he knows everything about you and stuff. And that was really, really interesting. So just everything, the fear closes labs. We've enslaved creation, And what was the other one I'm trying to think of? Oh, just when he says, when he's talking to Alex about, protests, like, well, you can protest, but why go further? And he says basically, boycotts, sit-ins, marches, where have those gotten us? Which is like, well, they've gotten a little bit. Terrorism is not the end. Like, it's shit like that does work, like, look, I know you're on the animal civil rights movement, but as an example, especially in the U.S., there was a civil rights movement that made things, well, somewhat better. We're not segregated. That's a start. I mean, Jesus Christ, when Rosa Parks, did her stuff on the bus, it's like, well, which, I mean, I guess that didn't end things immediately, but that was a big thing, along with a billion other big things that were done. And now there's no segregated buses. There's no segregated water fountains or school. I mean, I guess you can kind of understand what he's saying, because then there's also the whole thing of, well, you could argue, especially for, like, the civil rights movement, like, well, things are better. And there's also things that aren't better. And, you can kind of go back and forth on that. I mean, even today, things aren't perfect. It's not like we've ended racism. So, to an extent, I guess you can see where he's coming from, especially with something that's not maybe you could even argue maybe because he's looking at this like, well, animal rights, it's not as big of a movement as something like the civil rights movement and stuff. And you can look at it and be like, well, we have to, be louder. We have to do something more poignant in order to get people to pay attention, So yeah, like you do have to, like, I can understand that sort of line of thinking, and yeah, when he says, that's what he deals in is fear, he instills fear, because fear will close a lab. And that is true. I mean, you look at so many different things, even for minor things, you know? Even for minor things where people will, you know, an event will happen, and people are like, oh shit, well, we better do something. You know, we have to do something now. Now that X has happened, we need to do Y. Even if Y is a short-term thing, it has to happen. So they're looking at it like, well, we've been testing cosmetics and stuff on animals for probably years, but oh my god, a little girl just exploded. We have to shut this lab down right now, you know? So you understand, honestly, his like line of logic, basically. So the fact that it's all fucking David Bradley, it makes it even more poignant, I feel like. He's just such a damn good actor. So that all was very, very interesting, you know? I really did enjoy that. Just and his performance was just so good, you know? And then when they talked about was it the kid, Adrian, he was very, very interesting too. I mean, yeah, I like how, you know, Jeremy says like he's exactly like Robin, you know? Like I could see it, but he turned out to be like Robin, more of a, you know, I guess extremist, you know, more than he is. And that's really interesting. And when he's talking, I mean, when he is getting the shit beat out of him by Gene fucking Hunt, and he's still going for it, you know? But that's the thing, is that you just cannot take it that far. Because if you do take it that far, even if you get people to pay attention and everything, I mean, I guess it's, you know, I guess it's sort of a give and take, you know? Maybe they view it as necessary sacrifices for the greater good or something. Because, yeah, when you think about it, like, okay, yes, you are going to get a lot of people who are now paying attention to this, but you've almost undercut yourself by being violent, you know? And I think the dog might have gotten up, so I should go check on him real quick. One sec. Alright, I'm back. So, I mean, that's the thing, is that you do sort of... It's sort of undercut, you know? Because it's like, yes, you understand what he's saying. You know, when he talks about the power struggle, it's like, oh, the working class, they have it so bad, but animals have it worse and everything. He talks about, you know, all this shit that animals have to go through and everything. And you do sort of sit here and think, well, he does have a point. It's not that they are, like, their beliefs necessarily, or what they're saying is necessarily wrong, you know, about animal rights and everything. I'm not saying that's wrong, but you cannot take it that far. There is a line. You have to not cross that line, because if you do undercut it. Because when this guy is saying, you know, he's talking about all this shit that animals have to go through, but you physically almost cannot listen to him, because he basically just said that means it's okay to blow up a little girl. Like, what the hell? Why? What kind of logic is that, you know? Like, cause then, I mean, not to make this almost comical, but you can almost see it's like, well then, you know, where's the little girl activists who are going to beat the shit out of you? The phrasing on this is wonky, but stick with me. Where it's like, you know, they do this to you because you blew up this little girl. And it's like, you know, you're sitting here talking about, you know, oh, animals are innocent. And it's like, well, she's innocent, so fuck you. It's like, this analogy has failed. But you get the point. I mean, it's basically why Gene was beating the shit out of him, you know? It's why Gene was beating the ever-loving crap out of him, was because it's like, yeah, you took this too far. Yes, we understand what you're talking about with animal rights and everything. We're not saying that you're not. But what we are focused on, and this is something I really like about both of these shows, is they focus on the police work, you know? whether it's, like this episode or last episode, with, the prejudice with the gypsies and everything, or even there's further stuff back in Life on Mars. I remember the episode with, like, the oppressed Irish, I believe that was it, where they were talking about all this, and it's like, yes, but you are, like, yes, there is prejudice and that is bad, but when there is a crime that when someone goes against the law, we still have to do it. It's like, you don't get a free pass just because you're an activist or whatever you believe, or you're oppressed or anything. If there is a crime, you must be punished. And that is the same thing here. And I like that. I really like how they handle that on these shows. Where, yes, what he's saying about animal rights is not wrong, but protest it. Why don't you get into the government, do something, go change the system from the inside or something. But you blew up a little girl. And quite frankly, now I don't have sympathy for you, So I like that. I like how these shows handle stuff like that, where it's like, even when, you do agree with what these activists or anyone says, we still have a job to do as police officers. We must uphold the law. And which is honestly one of the greater things about Gene Hunt as a character, is that he will always uphold the law. Yes, his methods, like he has said, are not for the faint of heart, but he will uphold the law. The law is sacred. That's a reference to a different show that I don't even want to make that reference. Anyway, so all of that, really, really great. Other stuff from this episode, we had the sort of continuing stuff with Alex and what's happening back in 2008, which was interesting. Definitely interesting that they have now saved her, that she was clinically dead. Now, granted, clinically dead, her brain is still alive, technically, so they were able to save her. I mean, hell, my dad has been clinically dead. How long ago was this? This was a long fucking time ago now. This was like, I was in 6th grade, I think. 6th grade, and I'm 24 now. So do the math. How old was I in 6th grade? Was I 10 or 11? I cannot remember for the life of me. But do the math. I was in 6th grade. I'm 24 now. So anyway. But yeah, I mean, clinically dead does not mean unsavable, because yeah, my dad's been through that, where he was doing a stress test. His heart gave out. Technically, yes, he was dead, but they revived him. He was technically dead for, I don't remember how long. It wasn't a very long time, but they revived him. And if you would like more of that story, he would be so happy to tell you, because he has told everyone ever since that day. That is a weird story. I guess not of pride, but just a story he likes to tell. Because literally he'll tell it like, which I almost wonder, I guess this could be the whole thing with Ashes to Ashes, where, if Alex does come out of this, if she doesn't remember anything, it literally is just, she gets shot, her eyes closed, her eyes open, and, she's in a hospital bed or something. But we know what happens in between, all the cases and stuff in the 80s. But to him, that was the whole thing, was that he doesn't remember, like, falling down and, losing it or anything. He was just on a treadmill walking, closes his eyes, opens them, he's looking up at the ceiling on the floor, and they're like, hey, you've been dead for a few minutes. That's literally, he'll tell you, that's all he remembers, so. He's fine now, by the way. He's fine now. That must have been, I guess he was in his late 50s when that happened. Okay, let me actually try to think. I was in 9th grade, I would have been 14, so I guess I was 11? No, wait, no. Wait, yes? Wait, no? Wait, I was either 10 or 11 back then, and I'm 24 now, so yeah. He's fine now. He's 70 years old. In fact, most of you know he's fine because you watch our classic Doctor Who reactions where I have him, over here. He's exactly fine at the age of 70, so. Anyway. That was a huge digression. But anyway. But yes, but now, she has been saved, so that's good. She's still in this world. Maybe we're gonna get more Coma, but they found her. She is alive, completely alive. She is fighting, so hopefully we're gonna. Maybe we'll get somewhere. I don't know. I almost feel like maybe end of this season, maybe she'll wake up. That'd be weird though, because Sam didn't wake up until the finale, so I don't know. We'll have to see. But that was interesting stuff. I like that. Let's see. Yeah, I did like the whole thing with Jeremy where he's like, he just wanted it to be threats, which I like that, because I guess that's sort of the other side of the, the fear, like what Robin said of like, fear closes labs. It doesn't have to be per se violence, being violent to someone, he didn't want the little girl to be hurt, so I like that it was supposed to just be threats, but Robin and Adrian would take them too far. So that was very, very interesting. I like that. Which then it's sort of a, well, does that shoot it, shoot it in the foot? I still kind of think it does, because it is still terrorism, even if you don't hurt anyone, if you cause damage or violence on something, I think that still is not good for, I guess, your image, basically. But it was a very interesting thing, and that, yeah, all the targets were planned out in the 70s, and he was basically, he blackmailed Jeremy into doing this to stop the bill. So that was all very, very interesting. And then the only other thing of this episode is the whole thing with Kevin Hales and Gene pretty much refusing to sign off that he was suicidal. Thus, now he's being transferred. Which, yeah, I mean, that's really bad. I don't know if that's going to stick, but that is pretty bad. We're going to have to figure something out about that. But yeah, I mean, it's like, there's this whole brotherhood, but if you just don't do one thing, you're fucking out, so. I mean, I guess that makes sense. I don't know. But it's like, yeah, that's pretty rough. I mean, honestly, I understand why Gene didn't, but I mean, you kind of just have to, so. We'll have to see next episode where that goes. I don't think that's going to be a permanent thing, but maybe that'll just be the thing for next episode. I don't know. But I enjoyed this episode as being a bit... honestly, I guess this episode was a bit, light on the sort of overarching story. And I'm okay with that, because I don't think they're the overarching stories in either show, honestly. I don't think the overarching stories they come up with are particularly great. They're not bad, but they're not as good as I think they are supposed to be, basically. So I was all on board with this episode because there wasn't that, It was mainly just a case, and I really, really like that. So yeah. But yeah, that is pretty much it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around to any of those. There's a playlist for all of my Ashes to Ashes reactions, as well as another playlist for all of my Life on Mars reactions. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.